And I just keep telling my boss, these guys, stop putting the news on at work. I mean, it's very distracting. I mean, I was just reading the other night about the Trump rally where the guy threw the beer at him. It was just horrible. I mean, it was a draft, so he dodged it just fine, but still. How we doing, everybody?
I get it.
I will never dodge a draft.
Slancha. L'chaim.
All
Peace
right.
be with you.
They ain't
Aloha.
recruiting.
Shalom. Toast. Go, Toast.
What
Toast
what
with
is
butter.
it? Jeez, you got any more? You got any
Cinnamon
left?
toast.
Milk toast much?
French toast.
No, French toast crunch.
Très bien.
All right, what's going on, everybody? It is Thursday night. That means Figure Action is here live. I am your host, Extra Zero, and I'm joined by the usual, unusual crowd. T-Man, True Star Screamer,
And don't worry, Nightwingham. There'll be plenty of wine with the rest of us once we start talking some figures.
Matt will be joining us late, and Joe Crabb is off doing Crabb things. Go ahead and see how everybody is doing tonight. But before we get into that, if you're watching us here live on YouTube, make sure you pop in that live chat where you can be part of the show. We love our audience, and we always try to answer your questions during our live broadcast. And if you're watching us here, make sure you hadn't already. You got to kill boss slam that like button for us because it really helps us out. And if you're not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So we're trying to get up. That's our 2020 resolution, is to try and get to 1,000 subs so we can go live for mobile devices, so we can go live for cons. We can go live doing all sorts of wild and crazy stuff. So make sure you hit that sub button and make sure you hit that notification bell
Share.
when we come out with bonus content. And as T-Man said, share our content, helps get us out there. If you like what we're doing, spread the word. We're going to have
that
some
one
cool
bad
guests.
episode of Transformers in season 3 goes, sharing is caring.
It is caring. We'll have some cool guests in 2020. Bolt Matrix is going to be joining us at some point. Not tonight, but
Fuck you.
we're going to get him on the show. And of course, we'll have some familiar faces. Maybe Deluxe Baldwin, maybe Adrian back for an episode. Who knows?
What?
So stay tuned. Yeah, that was going on last week. Let's come back and do an episode with us, and we'd love to have him back. He was always a lot of fun to have.
That episode sponsored by Taobao.
That will be sponsored by Taobao. I'm sure we'll hear a lot about it. Shout out to Adrian. Hope you're doing very
I'm on
well.
Top, Wingham. I'm on top.
Anyway, and of course, make sure you check out our Teespring. If you want to rep Figure Action, you can go on teespring.com and do a search for the Fap Shop. Yes, the Fap Shop, but not that sort of Fap Shop. We've got all sorts of t-shirts. We've got the classic Figure Action logo tee. We've got the Mandalorian style. We've got hoodies. We've got ladies' shirts. Maybe we'll have pet shirts. And soon we'll probably have a Dave Was Right shirt by his popular demand. Anyway, let's get into it. Starting with Dave, True Star Screamer. How the hell are you doing? And what'd you get this week?
I'm doing well. I have beer, and I actually have 10 hours of sleep in me, so life is good.
Nice.
I mean, I've been nerding out. I've just finally beat the Spider-Man PS4 game, and then I just picked up God of War 4 finally, but I got it for $18, so I really can't complain. That game is... I was clean shaven, and then I started playing that game, and this came out.
You just like walk in and start calling Kira boy.
I actually said to her, because she had a little bit of an issue, and she's like, "I'm sorry, Dad," and I just go, "Don't be sorry. Be better."
I want to play that again now.
Yeah, I think they just came out with some recent DLC for it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I haven't played any after game stuff.
But it's but yeah, so that I said Spider-Man, I picked it up on sale, so Cheapskate Dave is happy, and I've been finally catching up on some classic, some AAA gaming. So as for stuff I've got, oh god. As I said, I'm kind of hit near Womack levels of backlog right now.
Shout out to Kevin.
Shout out to Kevin. As you can see, I'm playing with the Vulture here because I did get not one but 2 complete Marvel Legend waves this week. I haven't opened it yet, but I do have the complete Super Skrull wave, and I've got the complete Demo Goblin wave. And I will tell you now, the Demo Goblin wave right here, this is a near perfect wave of Marvel Legends. I mean, you got new molds, characters we've been wanting on for a while. This is probably a near perfect Marvel Legend right here, the Shang-Chi, which if you don't get any figures, this is the one to get. This is, I mean, and the Vulture if you're not a Spider-Man fan, but this whole wave is great. The weakest figure I say is the Velocity suit, and even then you get the little web effects, which are pretty cool. That I mentioned, I got the Super Skrull wave, and then I was able to pick up the Alien versus Predator 2-pack of Dutch and Lynn, which I've been really wanting this, and if you can catch it at Think Geek, you might catch it on closeout for like $35. So a lot of good bargains and way too much crap that I'm trying to make room for. So that's it's been good. I'm just still waiting. I think I've caught up with everything I want in retail except for the Batman Who Laughs, and I'm waiting for these Astrobots to show up from Big Bad Toy Store.
When are you supposed to get the Astrobots in?
I don't know. They were expected to come in December, and they still haven't shown up.
Oh, it's that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how. Well, when I get to my haul, that's how a couple of my items were supposed to be.
But they're not. It's not Big Bad Toy Store. I haven't shown up for other people too, so it's from them.
Oh my goodness, that would be a hell of a Baldwin drop.
Oh dear God.
Well,
never talk about gassing somebody around a Jew. Let me tell you.
He made the joke.
What?
Oh.
Hey, Sportimus.
Oh boy. Well, anyway, T, how about you? How are you doing?
I am fine. I was sleepy earlier, but just like every time, when I get home, I'm woke for some reason. But I went out and filmed a little piece of a toy hunt. But for people that watch my channel, y'all probably saw that I found this Superman right here, and I like him.
Okay, that pose makes him look too good. That is a perfect pose.
Thank you.
Wow.
I've been bending and twisting and forcing these joints, and nothing has fallen off. Unlike some other McFarlane stuff that I produced, so that's good.
I didn't break that scorpion on purpose, I swear.
No, him. When I did the abs like this and forced it, it just plopped in half.
Yeah.
But and I saw Sardimus reviewed the animated Superman and
Green Lantern. Yeah.
And he tried to twist the legs and it came off, but they didn't break.
Yeah. Just popped.
Outside of him, I got Hulk, or She-Hulk, as she used to be known as. I didn't do the review yet, so I'm not going to give any opinions.
Spoiler, she doesn't look like that in the comics anymore.
No. So she got it under control?
Kind of, but she ended up banging Thor.
I heard about that. One time, one of the only comics I read with her in it, her and Juggernaut hooked up. I'm like, holy moly, she gets around. They destroyed the room they were in.
I actually have that issue, I think, still.
I finally got these what are they called? Micromasters.
Yeah.
And these are the best
Micromasters
at Siege to me. And I picked up the Bumblebee Cyberverse Adventures Bumblebee. Did a review on him. He's alright, except this face that's not going to focus. It just looks like.
This is the point when you pimp the review. So you're like, if you want to see Bumblebee's derp face in
HD instead of blurry, Did Thor live? Thor is stronger than we think. He is very powerful, like more powerful than they show in his movies. And spoiler alert for my next toy hunt. For the people that watch,
the question is who was Thor afterwards?
Oh my God! Even I wouldn't have done that.
No.
Even I wouldn't have said that one.
I took the bullet from you, Dave.
If people watched my toy hunt that I put up on this weekend, I showed something that I was like, I might be coming back for when it's cheaper. And tonight, I went back and I found it, and it was cheaper, $23. I finally got this spray maker set. When I saw these and I looked at how much paint they don't have on their body, I was like, there's no way I'm buying that. Now I'm like, I'm going to wait until I find it way cheaper. And I finally did. It was the last box there. It said they had another one on hand, but they're going to let you next week.
Yeah, they're straight dated for the 19th.
You can go to my Superman link and find them, my Superman show review, and in the description, I have a link to them. And if you order tonight on Amazon, they'll ship it to you tomorrow.
Click the Amazon link. Click that.
Don't go to Amazon. Go to my video and find that link in my video.
Yeah.
But I'll open these. I'll do a quick little unorthodox review on these. I'm not going to do a full review. And
I just think they're perfect custom fodder.
Yeah, they're good to post up with Shockwave since they're his minions. And I'm going to be selling this guy, Willis.
What you talking about?
Yes, Willis. I'm talking about Willis. So look for that on Facebook if you follow me on my Facebook like page.
Or if you're Winston, text T-Man, because I think he
He probably is in there, isn't he?
Oh yeah, well, he's in there.
Nightwing always has nice things to say.
He wants to know how much.
Well, it's kind of cool because I didn't have when I was doing my hunting. The only thing I was missing was a Mr. Fantastic with the long fingers, and I found this guy hidden in a Walgreens today. So
the only one I saw in Walgreens was She-Hulk, and that's where I got her from. And I had a 20% off coupon. Probably $140. That's going to be my starting price.
I hear 140. Do I hear 142? 142. 142.
Yeah. I see that it's selling for way more than that. Used.
All right.
Oh, hello, Plastic Addict. Been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
He's alive.
According to Kevin.
What? What Kevin say?
He said, T-Man, you owe me money. I bought 4 DC McFarlane figs from your link.
I didn't see that. When did you buy it? I haven't seen barely anybody's bought anything from my links this month. I'm in a negative. I'm in a red. I'm like, how can I get?
You got competition between Nightwing and him and Winston on this one, and so I think you'll have to sort it out.
Find the box.
This is the weakest figure of the entire wave. I'm going to tell you right now. Just so you know, Velocity Suit Spider-Man looks great, but this is the worst Spider-Man figure I've ever handled.
What's wrong with it?
Because he can't pose. I could put the Mark III armor in the same poses, and it looks that looks like a Spider-Man pose. Look at that. Mm-hmm. That looks like a Spider-Man pose. I try to do the exact same thing with this guy. It looks like somebody is just prancing around to Swan Lake. You know,
I hate that they don't give every single Spider-Man butterfly joints and thigh swivel.
That's what I'm saying. This feels like such a generic figure. I mean, the plastic's good, the detailing is great, but the articulation is pure utter junk. This, oh my God, the detail in this is you're gonna love this guy. I mean, look at the back. Look at the back. So,
the Plastic Addict has been feeding his family, so instead of buying a bunch of
he's like, yeah, they're good now. I can resume.
Still love his
Yeah.
Dio. He has one of the best photography setups I've seen in ages.
Yeah, he has a million diodes, or dioramas, like he like to call them.
Well, I wonder how a certain person on the panel is doing.
Yeah, where is Matt? Hey, Extra Zero, how are you?
I thought you'd never ask.
Sorry, we were too busy thinking about Matt.
I know, right? It's like that episode of The Simpsons where Homer goes in. He gets hired on Itchy and Scratchy to play Poochie, and his suggestion is like, "Yeah, when Poochie's not around, I think all the other characters should stand around and just ask, 'Where's Poochie?'" That's how figure action works. All the characters here stand around and say, "Where's Matt?"
You weren't saying it last week.
No, we weren't.
I was just passed out from eating way too much steak.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's been a good week for me. I actually had a minor victory at work. They're doing this whole thing where they're taking our seats and they're doing like flex seating. And I'm the fire warden for the floor. So I was like, yeah, if you take away my seat, I'm going to resign as fire warden because I need to have a dedicated space to charge my walkie and to have my respirator and my vest and megaphone and all that. So I got to be the special snowflake that got to keep his seat, and I even like the director lost his placard and everything. So I feel like it's like the crappiest win, but I'm happy. Also, my bank situation got a little bit better. I still don't have all my money back from getting my identity stolen, but I got some. And my direct deposit went through to my new bank account, so I was able to pay my mortgage on time, which was fantastic. And yeah, my PayPal started functioning again today, and I was able to go back and all the pre-orders that I had go through. I was able to square away with PayPal, because the fun thing is if your bank account ever gets shut down and you have things on pre-order, PayPal will still let them go through. They won't decline them. Yeah. So I got a bunch of cool stuff in this week.
Someone tried to steal my identity.
I thought you were going to say I was able to feed my family. I watched too much Hodge Twins. They be like, sign up for their channel. It's $2.99 a month. They need to be able to feed their family.
They stole that from the Popeyes thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when Popeyes ran out of chicken. The one guy, like, they ran out of chicken. They had like the 8-piece special for $5.99. It was like probably like 10 years ago. And this one guy like went up and he was like in tears, like, I'm just trying to feed my family.
KFC's down the road.
True, but they don't have an 8-piece for $5.99.
Mm-mm. And they don't taste the same. Darn it.
Yeah.
I've been complaining since the 90s when they changed the recipe.
Yeah.
Jesus, you're such a hipster.
Like trans fats.
No, there is no difference between like fresh Popeyes and like KFC in any state. Like fresh Popeyes is like the winner every time.
Yeah, their recipes stayed the same.
Only thing better than a Chick-fil-A sandwich on a Saturday is a Popeye's chicken on a Sunday.
So
what you get, Zero?
I got this piece here, which originally was going to be a Christmas delivery, but like with Dave, BBTS unfortunately had these. They said they were slated for December, and they did not come in until this week. He's okay. I'm pretty glad to have him, but he's okay. He's not Planet X's best effort. The prime underneath all of this is awesome, but the armor doesn't really stay on too well. This is Planet X's Apollo, who you can get on BBTS for I think like 50 or $54. Which for that price it's good. I'd say it's if you want a Fall of Cybertron Ultra Magnus, the face is kind of derpy, but he still has like the matrix and everything. So his matrix looks like used up, It's just
Do they have
silver and
another
blue.
attachment to the hammer?
No, this is it.
That looks weird as hell.
Yeah, so it looks like he's like, it looks more like
Thor.
a gavel than yeah, it kind of looks like Thor's hammer. It's kind of like a gavel, but it's a fun toy. It's just like, you know, I feel bad for anybody that bought it for full price. Well, I don't really feel bad for them, but I don't feel like they got their money's worth.
It's been years too.
Yeah. So I'm thankful for that one. And then I did get this guy for 40. He is well worth it. This is Planet X's Moors, which is their Fall Cybertron Starscream. And this, I think, is possibly maybe their best Fall Cybertron figure, to be honest. Yeah, I really like the paint on this guy. He feels really nice. I think for $40, I really got my money's worth.
Yeah. That's a good leader class figure.
Yeah. Yeah, and he doesn't have any diecast, but he doesn't feel like he has any diecast in him, but he doesn't feel light, if that makes sense. Actually, I'd say their Grimlock is still probably my favorite, but I think he's the best made out of all the ones I have.
Yeah, that was at TFCon for $90 too.
Yeah, and you know, when we were at TFCon, I already had him on pre-order for 40, so I was like, yeah, forget about that. I got the Cyberverse Deluxe Megatron, which is good. And beginning my Mac Adam Build-A-Figure. I got I don't have him out here, but I got the God Bomber add-on kit for the Fans Hobby one for their Power Baser to make their I guess the Apex Armor in the US, God Bomber in Japan, which is it's okay. I think the thing about it is Power Baser is so fiddly, and it was like their first attempt, that it's like really hard to get that armor on. That's half the reason why I didn't bring him out here, because he's like on the shelf looking good, and I don't want to mess that up. Speaking of add-on kits, I got the Ravage with the Tyrantron pieces today, which is the IDW Ravage. They call him also the Beast Wars Ravage, but he comes with like the extra pieces for Tyrantron. I got him courtesy of Toy Jojo today, and he's good. He's just, I mean, he's good. I'm not going to keep him in his humanoid mode. I'm going to keep him, you know, in the more bipedal IDW esque mode, the cat mode. And last, but certainly not least, this is a new company, and this figure is actually really cheap. This is the Transcraft Mohican, which is he's Mohawk from the crappy Last Night movie. And the Last Night, I will say, is like, it's literally the worst movie I've ever seen.
Define cheap.
$40. So
yeah, I didn't want people to think that you meant it was made cheap.
No. The price is cheap for a third party figure. But this figure is painted really well. It's built really well. The transformation is really good, really well thought out. The articulation is awesome. He actually has double jointed elbows. You know, he's very expressive. The only thing I wish that he maybe had was opening and closing hands, but you know, to get the hands the way they wanted them, I don't know that. And with the transformation, I don't know that would have necessarily been possible. It would have broken the sculpt a little bit more, but he has an articulate. Yes, actually it does. So yeah, he has an articulated jaw. Close it. Really hard to get him in focus here, but yeah, the mouth opens and closes. He actually, it doesn't look like it, but he has ankle pivot. Like these are on a ball joint, slight, but he still has it. He has an ab crunch. It's a very significant ab crunch, forward and back, waist swivel. I mean, he's got all the articulation you could want. And my favorite part about him is that in his bike mode, he actually fits 3 3/4 G.I. Joe figures. So if you have any of those around, they scale really nice.
That's not going to help for a 6-inch G.I. Joe figure.
No, it won't, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. A little bit later in the show. I know. I know we've got a question in here, and we are actually talking about that 6-inch Joe, because it's the 6-inch Joe scale actually has all been but officially confirmed, and we'll be talking about that.
Toy Fair is next month, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
At the end. I'm like, come on.
Yeah. So without further ado, I think we should go ahead, get into a little bit of news. We'll get the boring part of the news out first. I'm going to go against my doc here. So I remember last year, T, you were on the hunt for what possibly were the crappiest official Transformers ever.
What we're doing.
The Authentics.
Oh.
Well, Hasbro is doubling down on Authentics, and it looks like
Soundwave.
yeah.
The hell is that?
So these are the Transformers that you'll find at stores like Dollar General, Family Dollar,
And Walgreens.
and yeah, certain Walgreens have them. They're budget conscious Transformers. It appears that these look to be a little bit better painted than the first run of Authentics. We're also getting a Ratchet here as well.
They shouldn't put the first wave or the first. They're clogging up the shelves right now. They shouldn't even put them back out.
No, they really shouldn't.
Why?
Dave was like, "What's a Family Dollar?"
No, I know what that is. I'm more saying like that's like the type of figure that grandma picks up while she's picking up eggs for.
That's exactly what they are. They're like gift shop Transformers, but they're better than gift shop Transformers to a certain extent. They have all the general articulation you would need for the most part, even though they're paper thin.
Yeah, no knees. I mean, if you look at this Optimus here, like
these they don't have knees, but the other ones do.
If that went anywhere near my display, I swear.
Could you imagine somebody having these all in like a Detolf?
Somewhere out there, someone is just to piss me off.
Well, the Grimlock and Megatron and Starscream, those are good. And from what I can see, Soundwave is good, but the Autobots are getting the short end of the stick.
As they should.
Because Bumblebee doesn't have hips that work, and Optimus doesn't have elbows.
Because it's not like we don't have enough Bumblebees and Optimus options out there.
I still get comments on my Grimlock review from people. Like, it must be parents watching it because they be like, "Oh, thank you, I can transform this now." And I'm like, "Holy crap!" It only has like five steps.
That there's somebody out there that just they're like, man, how do I transform this Grimlock? And the first thing they come across is T-Man 978.
Yeah, that's weird. I'm happy about that, but that's weird. I get a comment like every month.
It'd be funny if that ended up like surpassing your Spider-Man Homecoming toy hunt is like your most popular video.
I would appreciate that. Another 500,000 views would be awesome.
So we're going to get into a lot of third-party figures that I've never heard of before. And we're going to start out with one, Exquisite Toys. I've never heard of them before. But they are coming out with a Dark of the Moon Megatron. Looking at the shoulders on this thing and looking at the arms, it looks like it actually does transform.
I'm looking at those legs, yeah.
But I can't
get it. I saw pictures of the alt mode. I thought I did.
Yeah, the backpack seems to imply like that looks like that's where the cab would be, and those panels back there. I haven't seen any pictures of the alt mode. That I can't get over that face. I sincerely hope the jaw is articulated, but he looks like he doesn't look injured. He looks like
have you ever stepped on a Lego?
No, to me, have you ever seen Bill Burr's Old Man Face sketch? It's not a sketch, but it's a he does like how old men get like that pained expression on their face. Like this thing's painted so well. I think it's sculpted really well. But he
Yeah,
just
the
looks like, oh, my grandson Billy is just such a disappointment. All he does is play the Fortnite.
You said the company's called Exquisite Toys?
Yeah, but I believe so. Exquisite Toys, yes.
Not
Yeah,
a
look,
not a unique name, but might be a designer from them that has done some magic with
Yeah.
Bayformer stuff. If you think about
Mhm.
it, you
I
know,
mean,
you
could
know.
could very well be. Oh, okay.
Here's the
So
Blu-ray.
Just
yeah,
saying.
some people on the TFW boards have done some
Research.
sleuthing on this. They're like breaking down the legs. Um, I mean, good God, that face sculpt though.
It looks like a lion.
I still say it looks like he stepped on a Lego
I could see
factory.
that. I think they need to pick the paint out a little bit, or pick the teeth out a little bit better with paint. But I'm trying to see if I can find. Oh, guy, look here. This is a perfect comparison.
Wow.
The old he looks like the old man from Pawn Stars. I mean, if I see more of this thing, I mean, who knows? I think Dave, maybe you're on to something here. It looks like TF Dream Factory is also doing their own.
Because Dave is right.
Go ahead, you have to make that shirt though. But TF Dream Factory has their render, and I think this looks a bit better, to be honest.
I still have to say the Hasbro one was still one of my favorite chugs. I mean, not
Yeah,
chugs, but the official When Dark of the Moon came out. I actually, now, not the scale, but the actual
but
design. I still like that
yeah,
one better than the studio, especially when I finally got a shotgun from him with the Evasion Prime.
I have to say, like, I love it when you have like a full truck transform into a robot. Like
Oh yeah,
that's one of the reasons why I really really like the Fans Toys Motormaster. So no, it doesn't look like there's any pictures. Somebody had a picture of the truck from the movie, like from the set, but no pictures of this toy. So we will get into um, another new third party company. They're called Iron Trans, and they are making I guess we'll call it a 2.0 Star Saber here.
dude,
Uh,
that's a next level
yeah,
figure right there.
this looks friggin' amazing. This just makes the Hasbro, the Takara one, look like junk. I
This
mean,
actually makes that. I mean, I like that Planet X one, to be honest.
the Planet X one's great. It's if you want an IDW Star Saber, an IDW Star Saber, and IDW Star Saber and the G1 Star Saber are completely different characters.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying. But this is like,
Yeah,
even if I didn't know who Star Saber was, just as a transforming robot, this thing looks
yeah,
absolutely gorgeous. I
yeah.
really hope it's good materials.
I do too. I think the thing that really sets this apart is you have Saber here, and he actually has proper articulation, and you know, and Sportimus, yeah, I will agree with you. There are too many third-party companies at this point. It is getting ridiculous, but as long as they keep coming out with quality products, I really don't mind. I think this might be a byproduct though of things that are going on in China, and just the fact that the way IP theft is being handled, and IP theft is going on within these third-party companies, and they're splintering. But if they can get good products out the door, I mean, I'm I have to say I'm kind of for them.
And
I
then
didn't
it's
like
funny.
this until tonight. And these poses right here.
Yeah,
Well, these posters are great. It's kind of like that oversized Megatron, Beast Wars Megatron. That company came out of frickin' nowhere, and we
yeah.
don't know, but we don't know if they're going to make it. If these are all one shots or not.
What are you talking about? When you say Beast Wars Megatron, you're talking about the Transmetal 2 Megatron?
Yes, the other one that's not Perfect Effect.
Yeah, Zhu Zhang.
Yes.
Yeah, and that one was actually show accurate. So, that was the.
And people love the Perfect Effect one, and then that thing came out, and you're just like, But then we don't know if that company is ever going to come out with anything else. Like, again, was it a one shot?
Right.
I think both of them look good. You could put the Perfect Effect one with your Chug collection and pretend he's not.
But I'm saying this Star Saber though. I mean, I love Star Saber is one of my favorite characters. I do have the MP one, and this. I mean, if these guys make a Victory Leo, that would be like,
well, you're in luck because
I am.
Yes, they only have renders of it right now, but they're calling it King Leo.
That means they're fans' toys people. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, it could very well be. The thing that I like about this that this does that the KFC one did not is it actually has a new head for the combined mode. So, or did the KFC one? I can't remember. It looks like it has a new head for it. So we are getting a Victory Leo from this company.
Well, this was engineered to combine with the Victory Leo. Then,
yeah. And that's part of it too. The X Transbots one, or it was KFC actually. It was like one of the last KFC releases I remember.
And a Cassie Sark.
Yes,
design.
That's right. He did design that.
Everything that they've done that's awesome. That was a Cassie Sark. How the hell is he doing anyway these days?
We got to catch up with him. It would be nice to have an update.
Maybe after the whole mechanical bastards, he kind of said, "F this all."
We should get an update with him and Chigoking, because I know Chigoking posts a bit on Instagram and shares a lot of his design work. So love to have him back on. We need to get Matt on that, since he's our booker. Anyway,
Matt Booker. That's a good title.
Matt Booker. Yeah, that's a real person. Anyway, one more bit of third-party Transformers news, then we'll get into the rest of our toy news before we get into our discussion topic of the night. And this is an actual upgrade kit for the Dark of the Moon. The Dark of the Moon Studio Series Optimus, the Jetwing Prime. MGO just did a review for a 3D printed kit, but I think this kit actually looks pretty good. It actually has proper guns for Optimus. It's painted to match the plastic. And the weapon wheel looks less doofy. Would have liked it if it came with like painted weapons. It's got all your filler pieces. And this appears to be Utopia. I'm not familiar with this company either. Of course, this is on Weibo. It's got.
MGO did a review for this?
No. He did a review for a 3D printed kit, like a Shapeways style kit.
No.
But this has new smokestacks. This has filler pieces. And it has way better guns. All right. And let's get into some non-Transformers news. And let's talk about one that I know True Starscreamer is going to be excited about.
I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got a teaser of this character not too long ago.
It has begun.
And now we have the full figure pictures. And this is... Yeah. So Storm showed off there, fully painted. I guess this would be a test shot pictures of Raiden. I have to say this looks really good. It almost, like, the face almost looks a little Street Fighter-esque.
That's from MK1. That's the MK1 design.
No, this is Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh, sorry, 2. Oh, was that 2? Yeah, that is 2. Sorry, 2. I'm sorry, 2.
Yeah.
They're all over the place. 2, 3.
Yeah. And I said, like, the face sculpt, it kind of looks a little Street Fighter-esque in the way it's sculpted.
I think in part 1 his outfit was all white.
You're right.
Yeah, it was all white.
It's been a bit since.
He looks wide, but all Storm collectible stuff looks bulkier than it should.
Now, I wonder if you can take this off to essentially make him the Mortal Kombat 1 iteration.
If it's designed like the gis from Ryu and Ken, you will be able to.
Because if you look, it's even got like right here, it's even got like a little hip flap, which would be accurate to his first game design.
Lightning fingers. Ooh,
Yeah.
that looks good.
Yeah, I didn't realize the Sub-Zero. Like maybe is that like a BBTS exclusive with the ice arms?
Ooh. Spoiler. They haven't announced that yet, but if that's true, then holy crap.
And probably get like a, yeah, there you go. You get a fatality piece with him as well. That is pretty awesome.
I haven't seen anyone notice those arms before. Wow.
Yeah. Well, this is the first, I think the first I've seen him. This is pretty cool.
Crap, which arms do I want now? Forget Raiden. Which arms do I want for my Sub-Zero?
Interesting thing here, the lightning fingers. I didn't realize
Lightning
that.
fingers.
Yeah. So yeah, he's looking pretty cool. It looks like I think you have 3 faces: neutral, gritting the teeth, and screaming. I think this will definitely be one that I'd want. I think the only thing that would set this guy over the top is if he came with an accessory of the Mortal Kombat 1 arcade machine to replicate that. Yeah.
I thought that was Liu Kang.
I thought it was Raiden.
Why don't you just buy one of those? You can buy them like Walmart for like $8.
No, that doesn't look anything like the original Mortal Kombat machine.
I'm sure someone will do something you could print out on
It has nothing to do with, well, I mean, okay, if you do a paper craft, maybe, but yeah. Now that would be interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, sure?
If with Raiden, if the only thing that could make that Raiden more awesome would be if somehow the NECA came out with a Jack Burton figure, just so I could have those recreate Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh Jesus!
Well, that's right where Raiden came from.
I know.
Direct ripoff from Big Trouble in Little China.
And we got some more video game centric stuff to talk about. As much as I'd like to talk about the disappointment of today's Smash Direct.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I don't play Nintendo, so I don't have to feel that disappointment.
Yeah. Well, I love the game. It was probably one of my top 5 games of 2019. But today they announced another Fire Emblem character. So we have 8 Fire Emblem characters in Smash Brothers, which is way too much.
Yeah,
but
that was boring.
Has Terry Bogart come out yet?
Yes, he's awesome to play as still.
Because
he's Terry Bogart.
Yeah.
So we get some. These look like they're probably going to be GameStop exclusives since they're single pack. But NECA is doing Turtles in Time, arcade or pixel art Turtles.
That makes perfect sense because that was their first little 4-pack.
Yeah. Gotta love this throwback art here with this.
I don't remember it looking that bad on the arcade.
Yeah.
Back when we played the arcades, everything looked awesome.
And the music was definitely awesome in the arcades. I used to love that.
I remember the Attract music. They had the Pizza Power rap playing. I think I want the Foot Soldiers and I want Slash out of this. I love that they come with the boards. Like that's a fun trick to get you to buy the damn turtles again. Though, I
they ain't gonna trick me.
Again.
They're gonna trick Kevin, but not me.
I will get this Slash because this looks way better than the animation version of Slash.
I'm gonna wait for the 2-pack on him because I know they're gonna do a 2-pack version.
Have you seen the face on the 2-pack?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's the animation face. Like the toy sculpt of Slash is way better than the actual animation version. He looks so stupid.
Well, that everyone knows that 2-pack's got all eyes on it. So.
Yeah.
But I don't like the digital crap.
I like it. I think it looks way better in person. What gets me is like if you look at the foot soldier here, it's got like this shading on here, like this kind of like.
God, it's hurting my eyes looking at that.
Yeah.
That looks good because it reminds me of the arcade, but I don't want to collect two different versions.
Yeah.
And Kevin's comment is staying here for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Hiding my face.
Zero. You know why they're doing that with
What
that
did you
slash,
say?
right?
Why?
So you have to buy that slash because the skin tones will be perfect on the animation one. So that way you can put that head on the animated body.
That
And
may
it's going
be.
to make you buy two to make a perfect slash.
But it wouldn't necessarily be a perfect slash since it wouldn't be animation accurate. I'm just saying I don't like his animation version. Anywho, y'all remember a little movie in 2014 called RoboCop?
Mm-hmm.
So this was kind of like some left field news. This company called
Vaguely.
Hiya Toys.
Oh yeah, I got one of their figures around here somewhere.
Yeah, they're not even doing RoboCop. They're doing the EM 208s. Now, don't get me wrong; these actually look really cool, but what an obscure thing to do.
I actually liked that movie, and I was upset that everybody hated it.
I liked it too. I just think it's really weird to do, and these are a 1/18th scale as well.
Yes, I have one of their Predators.
Ooh, is that 3 3/4?
Yes,
I believe so. Yeah.
So you can do a lot. They do some neat stuff. If you go to GameStop, they've got a lot of they've got Injustice 2 figures out there. And that the one at the or not GameStop, but Think Geek. And yeah, they're all the 3 3/4 scale. They're pretty well articulated for this, and they're really well detailed. I will say that. I said I picked up one of their Predators just because I was able to get one for $18. So if you like that scale and you want to flesh out that scale, it's pretty neat. I'm surprised. If there was any company I would see that doing that, I could have seen 1,000 toys doing those, and of course knocking them out of the park. But that's pretty cool.
Think Geek is in every city except the ones we live in.
Yeah.
I got one here in Raleigh. I live in Backwater, North Carolina.
Nobody lives there. So that's why they're there. So, no joke.
I was to say they're also doing a Berserker Predator, which I find interesting. Again, this one's new too. Another 1/18th scale.
I've seen some really good photography done with those. It's just, and like I said, I picked up one. Actually, I think I've got the one of my Predators on my Instagram is the Hiya Toys one, and I said their detail is impeccable.
It's just interesting. So this is a 4.5-inch scale figure. They're $20, so you're not breaking the bank with these things, but it's just kind of interesting.
Think of it like a Legend scale NECA. That's a great way.
I guess so.
That's a great way of looking at it. Actually, it's like a Legend scale NECA.
Yeah.
So you pay. You know what you're paying? You guys are currently paying $35, $45 for a Legend scale action figure. Sportimus, you can get. You have to check out Thinking, but you can also order them online.
Yeah, they have a store locator, I think.
They do have a store locator, but you can order directly from their website.
Yeah. I've never seen one. We used to have a movie stop, which was kind of like a Think Geek. We only had one, and it was the only one I'd ever seen. In fact, I didn't even know movie stop was a thing until T told me about it. And then
there was two of them. There was one in Towson, and one in Washington, in Arbutus.
Yeah,
you probably went to the one in
Arbutus. Yeah.
After that one closed, the one in Towson was still open for a while.
Hmm.
But then they shut They shut it down and just left it as GameStop.
Yeah, the movie stop in Arbutus, just they turned that into like a tropical cafe or something.
Yeah, I think it's Panda Express now.
Yeah.
That could technically be a step up.
I can see GameStop stores converting into ThinkGeek stores as the market for GameStop starts to shrink. I think that'll be there.
They're gonna transform into gone.
I think you've been watching a little bit too much Review Tech USA, but
yeah. No, they closed one, but the one by my job I used to go to during lunch, they shut that one down.
Yeah, I knew like the used game market's drying up a little bit, and I know it's funny though. It's like with games as a service, what Microsoft is doing with Games Pass, all the flash sales and all. They're definitely making it. They're making digital a little bit more attractive. It's like interesting that like today's kids, and I sound old saying that. It's like if I mention that I'm buying a physical game, they're like, "Ooh, why would you do that when you can just download it?" And I'm like,
because hard drives can be wiped. Because if you've ever had an Amazon playlist and had a song that you like suddenly disappear from that playlist, if you have a physical disc, you can play that game whenever you want.
Yeah, Google does that too. They had the Transformers animated movie on Google, like Google Movies or whatever the heck, and then it disappeared for like 2 years.
Yeah,
where they got it back. But typically, if you buy something, they have it still on there some type of way.
There's a lot of games that, like with PlayStation and Xbox, like the publisher and Steam as well. The publisher may have lost the license to it, but you can still download it. Like they still have it hosted somewhere for you to actually go in and get a new or get a new.
You get one corrupted hard drive, and you'll be like, "Son of a bitch." Plus, if I'm paying for something, I want to have it.
Yeah. I just like the fact that when you have something physically, you can resell it. You can do what you want with that license. Whereas if you have a digital license, you can't really do anything with it.
Nope.
And then,
how much do you flashback? How many times remember? Hey, can I borrow that game?
Right, exactly. You can't do that with digital. The less you say, hey, you can log into my account.
Yeah. I was doing that with my daughter so she could play The Sims. And when I bought The Sims so she could have her own, and my internet was wonky, and I couldn't set my system back as my primary system, so I couldn't play it.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, if the internet goes down, I mean, when I first, I love Xbox Games Pass. But when Gears of War 5 first came out, I was playing the heck out of it, and what sucked was Microsoft had an outage. I could not play the game, and it sucked. It was launch weekend.
Remember that happened with one of the Sim Cities. That happened with Diablo 3.
Error 37. Yeah.
What?
Oh, you didn't watch Boogie 2988. His Francis character, he had like a whole thing on Error 37. But I got Diablo 3 at launch. In fact, that was one of the reasons why I had built a new PC at the time. I was really excited to play a new Diablo with friends at launch. And lo and behold, we could not play it. And because of the always online, design that it had, we couldn't even play a LAN. And there's no reason for that game to have always online. That's kind of like the dystopian digital future there. Not to go off too much on our action figure discussion show, but as the companies want to move more into streaming services, right? It's like everybody's like all about, and I think Disney Plus so far is pretty good, but Disney is notorious for throwing stuff in the vault. And when Netflix first came out, people were like abandoning ship on their DVD collections. They're like, why do I need these movies anymore on DVD when I can just watch them on Netflix? Well, then it became a common practice for what's leaving Netflix. So you can't rely on streaming. So there's a good reason to have your own physical copies of things. Like I heard Disney was quietly putting Die Hard in the vault. And now I keep hearing things about a remake of Die Hard. And I'm like, no, for the love of God, are you that creatively bankrupt that you have to remake Die Hard?
They already remade it with The Rock.
What, Skyscraper?
Yeah.
No, but it wasn't Die Hard in name, and it was a little bit different. But still, I mean, well, I will end my.
Another reason to have DVDs, like the show Boondocks is on Hulu, but it's the edited TV version.
Well, another real reason too, outside of the editing, outside of special features, like nowadays, if something becomes controversial, like I'm a big Simpsons fan, but unless you have the DVDs or a pirated copy, you can't watch the Michael Jackson episode anymore. They don't air it on FX, they don't air it in syndication, they don't air it in Disney Plus because it's controversial because of that Finding Neverland documentary that came out.
Oh, they just found out he might have done stuff.
Well, don't forget. Does Family Guy Once Upon a Weinstein?
There's a lot of Family Guy episodes I don't see anymore, and I kind of wonder about. But the Once Upon a Weinstein one was, not related to Harvey Weinstein at all.
No. I do remember. I remember when Cartoon Network finally aired Once Upon a Weinstein. They made like a huge hype about it.
Yeah.
And of course,
finally
knowing that Optimus Prime is a fellow tribesman was a wonderful thing.
There's half of Lenny Kravitz. But we'll go ahead and wrap up our news before we get into the discussion. So we've got some new 6-inch figures coming out, as we've alluded to for a bit of the show.
Awesome. This guy's awesome.
We got Toy Fair coming. We got a new Ghostbusters movie coming this year, as everybody knows. I think most of the show is excited for that Ghostbusters Afterlife movie. And so Hasbro got the Ghostbusters license. They're going to be making 6-inch figures, which Diamond made, 7-inch?
Yeah. So they only made the Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Well, I guess technically they made the dogs, the demon dogs.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think if you watched, do you guys watch? I know T-Man said he unsubscribed from him, but do you guys ever watch Toy Shiz?
Here and there.
He did a. Dude, I already acknowledged you about your opinion, man. You don't need to cut me off. But he did He did a very nice little breakdown of how he thinks Hasbro should take the direction. I thought he did a great job because he was talking going straight to the real Ghostbusters cartoon.
Yeah, I'd love to see those. I think the thing that's missing is the monsters. Mattel dabbled in them, but like if you're gonna do the figures and you want people to buy like all the different Ghostbusters, I think that they should do the monsters as Build-A-Figures. Like you got to do you can do the librarian ghost. Do
$30 monsters and get it over with.
Or do $30 monsters.
Because here's the thing. There's only 4 good guys.
Yeah. But you also have Dana, you have Janine, you have Lewis,
my shelf really needs an accountant.
I own a Lewis Tully. I own a Lewis Tully action figure. I also have a painting of Lewis Tully. When you walk down to my basement, there is an actual painting of Rick Moranis' Lewis Tully.
But I'm just saying, I would love a Sam Hain. I would love a Sandman. I would love, what else did a Boogeyman.
Yeah. Didn't Diamond select you Gozer?
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't need the stuff from the movie. The cartoon, They had a great Freak of the Week every week. That would actually be it right there. So you give me 2 Ghostbusters, or give me 2 or 3 Ghostbusters. Give me Sam Hain. Give me the Sandman, and the Build-A-Monster would be the Boogeyman. That's exactly how I would do the wave.
I used to love Boogeyman's voice.
That thing actually
imitate it all the time.
That thing actually gave me nightmares when I was a little kid.
You know what one got me was the episode Doctor, where they get that sludge on them and they start getting like these growths all over them, like an eyeball, a mouth, and
I remember that one. Yeah, I mean that cartoon was ahead of its time.
Is that still on Netflix?
I think so.
I need to watch it again. I used to watch every single episode. It blew my mind when I found out that Winston was, well, used to be for a couple seasons, Arsenio Hall.
He was Arsenio Hall for the whole show. I think the only person that got replaced was Dave Coulier. Or I'm sorry, Lorenzo Music got replaced by Dave Coulier.
I think after a certain season, it stopped being Arsenio.
I have to double check, maybe for Extreme Ghostbusters, but yeah, I thought Arsenio was, and I funny enough, Ernie Hudson wanted to be Winston on the show, and then they said we don't want
qualifications of playing this character.
Right, exactly. He auditioned for it and everything. And the funny part was, you can go back and listen to some I guess we'll call them Ghostbusters historians, but they'll claim that the producers didn't want it to be exactly the movie, just an approximation. And then Bill Murray got upset because Lorenzo Music didn't sound anything like him. And Lorenzo Music was famous for being the voice of Garfield. Years later, Bill Murray's the voice of Garfield.
I wonder, did Bill Murray even think about that when he became Garfield?
All I can think of when I think of Bill Murray and I think of Garfield, I just think of Zombieland.
I thought at one point,
Mr. Murray, do you have any regrets? Garfield,
maybe. Yeah, have you seen Zombieland Double Tap yet?
I have not.
There's a Bill Murray prequel post credits. It's Zombieland Day Zero. I thought the real Ghostbusters cartoon was on Netflix at some point.
It was.
I'm not sure if it is. I don't get on Netflix too often, to be honest.
I just remember there was like 2 versions of the cartoon. There was the Saturday morning one, and then there was one that was done like 5 days a week. And there was like a different animation quality between the 2.
Yeah, it was based on this old movie. And they used to catch the ghosts with gum. And they catch the same.
No, not that one. No. That was the Ghostbusters. I'm talking about like the real Ghostbusters. There was still 2 versions, like the animation quality. Not the one you're talking about.
Ghostbusters Extreme.
I think the Saturday morning Ghostbusters was only 1 season, like 13 episodes. And then after that, it was straight syndication.
Right. Okay. And then what you're thinking of was the Ghostbusters with the stupid gorilla.
I'm wrong about that. They did have the Saturday morning Ghostbusters, and it used to have the Slimer show too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it started pissing me off because I think Slimer got more episodes than the regular ones, and their costume started being way more toyetic.
I'd love to talk about those toys at some point, because I know it was, for some people, it was like,
your voice went away.
Did he just lose his voice?
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Hold on. My name is Zero. I'm just a sitting voice here.
Yeah. And we're talking about Ghostbusters instead of him. We still can't hear you.
Every third-party toy I buy is awesome. I can apologize for every flaw. I even like Bumblebee 2.0.
How about now? Is it working now?
Yes.
We hear you.
Okay.
Did you hear us?
Not every third-party toy I buy is awesome. For the love of God, how many issues have I had with third-party?
You still apologize for it.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
My gosh, poor Matt. You're missing all the fun. You would have had so much fun with this one, Matt.
Yeah, I know. He was trying to say that I claim every third-party toy is awesome.
I know. She's wearing the Darkwing cape. We know. We miss you.
Yeah. Anyway, so speaking of 6-inch news, if I'm being generous. Well, of course, it's a shame that they're not bringing back 3 3/4-inch Joes, because I'd be like,
that we know of.
We just
That we
talked about
the Jazzwares.
Listen, speaking of Joes, we're talking about 3 3/4-inch figures. All right. Ooh. And he never rewatches the show. He'll never hear that burn.
It'll be like 6 months from now. He'll be like catching up on stuff. He'll be like on a lunch break. He'll be like, I wonder what went on. And then you'll just get it. Damn it, Dave.
I wonder what went
Hold on, I just got a text message from his wife. Dave is right.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'm awesome.
So Joe isn't on the one where we talk about the Jews.
No.
Yeah, that's kind of that's ironic. It's
Don't
like yeah. We need like the gif of Chief Palpatine saying ironic. So we know they're coming. The
alleged figures are Scarlet, Duke, Roadblock, Destro, and
Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes, of course.
Yeah.
Destro, interesting.
Yeah, that's the one that like really kind of throws me off. Like that, and I'm surprised that we're also not getting a Storm Shadow.
I'm surprised. We're usually like a Snake Eyes and Snake
Shadow.
Eyes and Storm Shadow in like every wave with all like the 30 variations they have of them.
Yeah,
they're probably holding back though. Well, I'm shocked that if that is the roster, that's like the main Joes right there up front.
There's no Duke. There's no.
I think it was. I could have swore it said
I
Duke.
thought you said Duke.
Oh, okay, there's Duke, but
Duke, Scarlet, and Snake Eyes, and Roadblock. Those are the main four.
Not even a generic Cobra Soldier.
Not the bats.
They might.
Yeah.
I hate that they always make you wait for like Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
I can understand waiting for Cobra Commander because that's like giving the money shot right then and there, But
and you know a thing or two about giving the money shot.
I was young. I needed the money. Armado just came out.
Oh, you know what? If they do, Jazzwares does create them, then maybe they can use those changeable faceplates for like.
Jazzware's just doing. Apparently, Jazzware is like doing the accessories, which makes. In other words, they said they probably realized that these Fortnite guns are like way too perfect. I
hope they can actually hold them.
So far, so good.
She can hold that little gun really good. But
not even touching that one. I'm not even going to touch that one.
What is her main weapon? I mean, the forging.
Oh, that. Yeah, I know. She can't hold that axe to save her life.
Yeah, I hate that. They need to put like little finger grips on there or something.
And as I said, well, I think I told you mine had a QC issue because one of her faces keeps falling off. But
do you put it under the hair?
Yes.
I'm so lost in this conversation.
Get a Jazzware Valkyrie, and you'll be part of it.
I've been seeing her at that Target.
I'm not going down that rabbit hole.
She's the best one.
Yeah.
No.
Who the best one?
It took a lot of strength for me to like say no to the Amber Collection stuff.
Oh, that's easy for me to say no to that.
Oh, that Velociraptor was. No, I didn't get a Raptor.
It's not was. It is awesome.
Yeah. Well, I got a birthday coming up, so if you want to get me a Raptor, feel free.
And the best figure is Wild Card because I could put. Right now, I've got 2 wild cards. I've got the Enforcer. I've got Raven, and all 4 of them are wearing a different wild card face, and that's my Royal Flush gang.
That's so Raven.
And they look. I took off all their original faces. They look so cool, each with a wild card mask on.
So back to Joe Scussion.
No,
So wow.
that was bad. But still, like I said, okay, back to the Joes though. It's an interesting selection. I think it's interesting. I like the fact that Destro is one of the first wave ones, but at the same time, I just hope if they take the lightning sculpt design, that'd be really awesome.
They better.
I want a hooded Cobra Commander first. I mean, it seems like they always, like with the updated Joes, they always give us the helmet one.
Because it's the best.
I would say the hooded one would come out if they do it with the lightning like a la lightning collection. I would then do a hooded Cobra Commander as a 2-pack with either a generic Cobra Trooper or with against a generic Joe.
Do the helmet one as the 2-pack.
Well, they could just give them 2 heads.
They could give them 2 heads.
That would be too easy.
I don't know. The Lightning Collection comes with 2 heads.
Yeah.
Oh no, but I'm just saying, like, actually, they're doing like a hooded one with like the more like giving a evil speech look to it, and then you got the silver plated one as like field battle with a backpack to strap a bomb to Statue of Liberty. Which, dude, that totally did not make sense. Okay, the head of the organization is dropping the bomb off. That's what underlings are for. But
that's not how you sell toys.
Yeah, exactly.
We want to see him doing shit.
And I want all 3 Cobra Commanders. Hooded, metal plate, and that weird white armor.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Old Snake, because I definitely want Old Snake.
There's your SDCC exclusive.
Yeah, I wanted that, but that was awfully expensive.
No, but I'm saying in 6-inch, they put the trench coat from Gambit on there. That they take the cowboy hat from Wolverine and put it on the Cobra Commander body. Boom,
now, here's a question for you: Can Marvel Legends, can they actually and maybe this is a question for our buddy Agent H. I wonder if with Marvel Legends, if they're locked in, like they cannot use that tooling or any of that for other lines.
I would have said no until this guy came out.
Well,
that's the display. That is the tripod that's used on a Star Wars black speeder bike.
So, with tripods and all that, sure. But like with actual like figure tooling, like you never see like the Bucky Cap mold.
One of the exclusive Marvel Legends sets, they had a Sigma 6 body. I can't remember which set it was, but they were using a Sigma 6 body.
Actually, Crossbones came using a Sigma 6 gun. He had the Roadblocks gun.
Well, I think if you're
if you look up the Marvel Legends Crossbones from the SDCC, you'll see that he's got Roadblocks gun.
That might be it.
So like I don't really see like if they're using like a Sigma 6 thing, like it's a defunct, like it's at that point it's like a defunct Hasbro thing where they're just like, hey, we have this mold, we're not using it anymore. But they're not like, they're not crossing anything, if you get what I'm getting at here.
No, I get what you're saying, but I think for like SDCC stuff, it's like, hey, listen, can we use these? Sure, because it's just a jacket,
I think to answer the question, I don't think they've cross-pollinated parts.
Yeah. Because you think
lightning, I think some of the lightning effects are the same lightning effects that were used for some of the Marvel Legends.
Yeah. I was going to say, you'd think after Disney bought Star Wars, they wouldn't mind if they cross-pollinated parts.
Well, and I do know for a fact that one of the guys that designs Marvel Legends has designed this. The same guy who designed Gambit designed Lord Zed.
Yeah.
We know.
And he also did my favorite, Goldar.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. So some of the designers are cross-pollinating. So with that being said, I don't know. They might actually have.
I am going to reach out to Agent H this week and see if he will come on and answer all of our questions, because I have a bunch of them now about like cross pollinating the lines, and I'd really like to get some insight on this. But
I see that gun. That is definitely heavy duty's gun.
Told ya.
When is it too cold for frickin' stink bugs?
Never.
Because I see one right here, and
Yeah, we had one in the house, but I think it's a byproduct of the 55, the 70 and 55 degree days.
I was gonna say right now I'm having a North Carolina winter in my short sleeve shirt.
Yeah, well.
Still selling patio furniture, even though I'm supposed to be selling wood stoves.
Anyway, let's get on to our discussion topic for the night. Morbius dropped a trailer. What'd you guys think?
Yeah.
Me? I liked it. It was more interesting than some trailer I just recently watched. I was like,
Black Widow?
Birds of Prey.
Oh, Birds of Prey.
Black Widow actually has my interest. But
let's talk about Morbius.
Morbius, I like that. I want to see how that plays out. I really like when they showed his powers. And I'm wondering, is he going to go back and forth between his ugly comic look and his regular face, like in the daytime and nighttime? And I'm wondering, they better not make that Michael Keaton thing at the end. If they do that, I'm gonna be pissed.
I don't think that they will. I mean, so that was what piqued my interest in it, because I don't really think the trailer did much for me. I never really thought about like Morbius like having like some sort of palsy, or I kind of really don't like when they do like the whole this person has an illness, they're trying to cure it. It's like so cliched at this point.
But that's Morbius. That's exactly what Morbius is.
Yeah, but
I mean, that's in the 1970s. That trope is what created him.
Did they change that in the animated series?
They did, and that's one of the things I liked.
Hands.
Yeah, that was like one of the things I liked about the animated series is that he just, he had a lab accident, but it wasn't so like, I don't know.
From what they showed in the trailer, that it wasn't an accident. It's like something he did deliberately.
Yeah, no, that's. First of all, you say this was just the teaser trailer.
Yeah.
So I want and that's exactly what we got. We got to see him. We got to see hints of the powers. We got a hint of the face. We got a little bit of the Easter eggs in there, and there are some very interesting Easter eggs in there. Specifically, the
Spider-Man.
But the thing is, this is done by the same crew who did Venom.
Yeah.
Which, okay, I still have yet to see.
I liked it. I liked Venom.
But that's exactly it. Nobody went in there with high hopes. In fact, everyone was expecting a trash can fire, to be honest.
Yeah.
And everyone who saw the first wave were like, "Okay, we'll go see Venom." I'm like, "Okay, dude, that was actually better than I thought."
Yeah.
And
to give you
they're giving us. Hold on with it. So we're getting us. What Sony's doing is we have a modest budget. They're not doing a blockbuster budget, and they're being concise with it. Which they keep with. If Sony is doing this formula of, "Hey, listen, let's put 75 cents into a movie, hope to get $5 back. We actually make $12. Awesome," which is good for profits, good for stocks, and good for keeping merchandise. They'll be able to. Hopefully, they'll start throwing more stuff out with their Spider-Man license, like Morbius, the Sinister Six. Hell,
Apple will buy them, and then Disney just gets them back.
Yeah,
I don't like the idea of Disney owning everything, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but
I want them to own
plus Morbius is kind of a blank slate character, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, while he was used a lot for a lot of filler arc stuff in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He was no Green Goblin. He was no Doc Ock. He is not I hate to say it, he's kind of a C-list character. He's never one of my favorites. And so they have a lot of flexibility to do a lot with him.
I think the end credits, T, to answer your question, it's going to be introducing Blade. I think they're going to use that as the.
I think Blade's supposed to get introduced in Moon Knight for the TV series.
Or maybe they might all meet each other in this.
Yeah, they might tease Blade.
See, we don't even know.
Yeah.
Like Marvel might have gave them the ability to reference MCU, but none of these Spider-Man people will ever be in the MCU besides Spider-Man.
See, I'm okay with either scenario because like I think the Spider even if Morbius is kind of like a blank slate character, as you say, Dave, and I agree with you. Like they're kind of like one trick ponies in a way. I think that like Spider-Man has the better rogues gallery. It'd be like if I don't know, say New Line Cinema had Batman and they had to write the Batman. Like you can have your own movie universe with just Batman characters in the rogues gallery. Like,
right.
You do not need the rest of the DC universe.
Look at Gotham. Gotham went for how many seasons with no Batman?
Yeah.
Well, and that's
Spider-Verse. Like Into the Spider-Verse was all the evidence that Sony needed that they don't need Disney. That's where they had their bargaining chips. It's like we could make a really good Spider-Man movie. If not, I would argue maybe Into the Spider-Verse was the best Spider-Man movie. Seriously, I think it's the best Spider-Man movie. I know a lot of people love the Tom Holland Spider-Man, but he's really at his core, he's not Spider-Man.
Actually, you might hate me for this one. I think the PS4 game's the best Spider-Man movie script I've ever encountered.
I love the PS4 game. I don't view it as a movie, but I think that they really captured the essence of Spider-Man. They captured the comics, the quips.
For a game that was a slight time waster.
Yeah.
Is the game straight up Marvel?
No.
No. Not at all.
Because does Sony own the rights to Spider-Man games?
Yes.
Yes.
That's why it's a first-party game.
And okay, there's so many things. That game was so not Marvel. I mean, that's why there was no goblins referenced in the game. Not to go super spoilery, but there were no goblins referenced in the game, even though.
The only thing that got me was Avengers Tower and
Sanctum Sanctorum.
Yeah, that stuff was in there, but.
And they actually name dropped the other Marvel characters.
Yeah. I think they can get away with name dropping, but appearances are a whole other thing.
It's like Pietro versus Quicksilver.
Yeah. So.
Well, I've got a feeling Quicksilver catches bullets better than Pietro does. Or wait, no.
Yeah. Though I think
that joke never gets old.
Yeah, Quicksilver was actually flicking bullets away. So I mean, as far as like the trailer thoughts, I mean, Dave, after seeing this, I mean, how are you feeling about it?
I said it hits all the right notes for me. Jared Leto physically looks like the character. He's got the voices. He's got the mannerisms. It's got enough little droppage in there for the geekness in there. As I said, it's a blank slate. There's not places that it can go wrong, and we've got an established team for it. So it's definitely not it doesn't feel like a throwaway Ghost Rider 2 movie for me. If that, to put things in perspective. I'll be keeping my eye open for it unless something stupid spoilery leaks out, and they basically, like if they said, okay, they took the Blade script and rehashed it, then I'm done.
I'm wondering how good it will do, because people knew who Venom was, but not everybody knows who Morbius is.
Well, but here's the thing. Here's the thing that Venom did. They picked a great month to drop the movie. You know, it was in that perfect little lull. If they do the same thing they did with Venom, let's put it out in a dead month where we know there's junk coming out. Because let's see what movies did that work for? That worked great for Deadpool when it came out. Usually February is a trash month, so they put Deadpool out in February, and all of a sudden that spiked up and made money. So Venom came out in October, usually a crap month for movies. People had something entertaining to watch. They follow that formula, they'll make their money. Just don't put it out in November.
I think everybody wanted to see Deadpool, though.
Yeah, they did. Because that was the thing, is that teaser for Deadpool.
But it was rated R at the same time.
It was rated R at the same time, but I think that people got enough of a little taste from that trailer that teaser that they had, the test footage, and they liked Ryan Reynolds as the character. I think ever since, and if you think about it, ever since X-Men Origins Wolverine, when you had Ryan Reynolds as Wade Wilson, not when he was the Deadpool.
Oh, I know.
But I think that there was enough there for people to like have made up their mind that was a movie they wanted to see. I think the thing about Venom, and I know Dave, you said you still need to see it, is that Tom Hardy is a pretty popular actor, and two,
and Jared Leto isn't.
Well, no. I'm not saying Jared Leto isn't a popular actor, because he really is. And there are people that even like his performance as the Joker in Suicide Squad. I mean, I'm surprised, but I mean, hey, people still do shop at Hot Topic, so who am I?
That was actually, it's funny you said that. I bet you 10-1 Hot Topic's all excited because it's like, okay, goths are going to come back again.
Yeah. So the thing is Tom Hardy elevated the script. The script for Venom isn't a great script, but he took the source material and he elevated it, and that, I think, is what made Venom enjoyable to watch, was his performance. There's a lot of awkward stuff in Venom.
A lot.
Like, especially the Venom kiss, which, if you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it, but when you see it, you'll just go, "Oh God, really?"
Well, what I'm hoping is that, think about this. Jared Leto right now has got a chip on his shoulder about comic book movies.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's upset about the Joker. I mean,
so I'm sure he probably gave them the full Jared Leto. He didn't phone it in.
Yeah.
He's got something to prove.
It's funny he's playing another pasty white guy.
Well, I mean,
if you fit if the shoe fits.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you wouldn't want to see Jared Leto as Luke Cage, would you?
I'm about to say.
I mean, a pale, like, completely white guy. Like the Joker and Morbius are both completely white.
And he also played that android.
Wait, what android?
A replicant?
He wasn't a replicant.
That wasn't a replicant? Okay. I never got to. Okay, I put Blade Runner on and I fell asleep.
You put 2049 on and fell asleep?
Yeah.
Wow.
I even paid attention to that.
Like, I need higher, that's the guess we need to have Owen Wilson come on to Figure Action, and every time Dave said something we can't believe, he just wow. No, he wasn't. Spoiler alert, he wasn't a replicant.
Okay, I thought it was a replicant for some reason.
But I don't know. I will wait and see. This is a movie I plan on seeing. I think, his degree of acting, I think he can, even if it's a bad script, even if it's cheesy, even if it's like, oh, I can use vampire bats to heal my polio. I think somehow he'll be able to elevate the performance beyond the source, beyond the script. But we'll see. For me, the most exciting part of it, as T mentioned, was seeing Michael Keaton back as Toombs. Seeing him back as the Vulture. He has to be. There's no way.
And the fact that it's Michael Keaton, with a character who's literally a Batman.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, he has to be when I think about it, because they had Spider-Man Murderer, so it has to be in the
Yeah.
same universe.
Right. He acknowledges what happened at the end of Far, Far From Home.
Still need to see that.
And what's interesting though is that whole graffiti. That's like apparently a screenshot from the PS4 game.
Yeah,
Like people
with
on Reddit, the Raimi
with
suit.
the Sam Raimi, yeah,
Yeah,
so it's all
yeah,
mixed up.
yeah. But still, I don't know the fact that they're going there. I think that ultimately Disney is going to say like, okay, well, even if we're not getting the lion's share of the money off this, we're making enough money. We need Spider-Man to be successful so we can put him in our movies. We need, and we also get the enough of the toy sales off of this. I think if Disney were to buy anything, they'd probably buy Hasbro. To be honest with you,
I think they're waiting to get Spider-Man for free, because once Sony gets bought out, they get it for free.
and I can't imagine a Disney PlayStation.
No, I mean, well, Sony Pictures. I don't know about
Any pictures? Yeah.
Buy Tekken before it goes back into the vault.
Well, that's not a Sony property, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I think it's only Sony Pictures that's being sold.
I do want to do like a gaming discussion sometime soon here. Because I have like so many gaming topics I want to talk about.
Like, the Joker being a downloadable character.
Yeah. Oh God, did you see that? I sent you that trailer, right?
Oh yeah, it got posted twice.
Okay.
I watched that thing like 5, 6, 7 times.
One.
So Baraka gets a Killer Croc skin, and
Yes.
Noob Saibot gets the Batman Who Laughs skin. That's
Yeah.
actually what I got.
Yeah,
Is it sad? I'm actually more excited for that skin than the actual Joker.
When I saw the Joker's fatality, though, I was like, "That is fucking awesome."
Yes, I watched that fatality like 20 times.
Ever since Mortal Kombat 2011, everybody's like, "Well, when are they going to bring back friendships?" And well,
troll people.
yeah, let's get the cake and everything, and then oh god, that was that was awesome. I think that might be my favorite fatality in the game.
Yeah, that made up for the disappointing Smash reveal.
Yeah.
And then I think someone said that Darkseid might be on the game.
Yeah, what's his name? The one that does the time, the black dude.
Garrus.
He's going to be dressed up as Darkseid, and Katana has the Catwoman.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense actually. But I actually probably would have given it to, if I was going to give Catwoman to anyone, I would have given it to Scarlet. Just because her blood effects there's actually a whip one.
I'm curious if they're going to do a Combat Pack 2. I think they probably will.
They did Combat Pack 2 for
Injustice.
And for MKX.
Oh, that's right, they did. That's when they brought in the alien.
Which is hopefully because they still freaking owe me my cyborgs.
Mm-hmm.
The cyborgs are in the damn code. I should be able to. You fight the cyborgs in the damn game. I want to kill somebody using Sector. Because Sector was Sector and Smoke were my mains.
Yeah. Well, they did Triborg in Mortal Kombat.
I love Triborg. I did use Triborg quite often.
And technically, it was Quadborg if you knew what you're doing.
Okay,
there was one combat variation for him that had Cyber Sub-Zero.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, when they did Cyber Sub-Zero in the Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat 9 or whatever, that threw me for a loop. I did not see that coming in the story. I had to applaud them for that.
If you didn't know about that, I'll send you the link to it. But yeah, you can actually technically in MKX you can use Cyber Sub-Zero.
I need to buy a copy of the MKXX thing with the
XL.
Yeah, because I had it on Xbone, but then I sold my Xbox One. So.
It's dirt cheap on PlayStation right now.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. I need to get it just because it was a fun game.
I agree. All right. Well, I think we're at time. I think we can wrap this one up. We'll get some where you at. Starting with True Star Screamer, where can people find you and your photography?
You can always find me at True Star Screamer, right over here. Just put an ad on it on Instagram. Actually, I haven't posted it yet on Instagram, but I just did a very good picture of this awesome Demo Goblin Build-A-Figure. And of course, I got way too much stuff still and a backlog that's fucking insane.
You ought to do a little video of your backlog. I'm sure.
No. This is embarrassing. This is just damn embarrassing. So
You're a hoarder. We're all hoarders.
I gotta make an appointment to my toy store and sell some stuff. But yeah, and of course PlayStation at True Star Screamer and on Facebook, David Lutwack.
Right on. If you don't know how to use Google and you're not familiar with where you can find T-Man 978, where should you look?
You should look on YouTube, or you can Google TMAN 978, and you will find me. You'll find me wherever you need to find me at any social network that you use, or almost any of them. And you'll get to see my nice reviews. And I'm doing stuff on Instagram. I have nice pictures on Instagram that not a lot of people like to click like on. So
I try
if you
to.
like clicking like, find me on Instagram. I would appreciate it. I rarely ever get over 100 hearts, and I have over 1,500 people following me.
So in other words, we gotta try and get every T-Man post up to 100 likes on Instagram.
You can get the Star Screamer likes at 100 too.
You can get the Star Screamer likes to 100 as well.
Give me over 500 subscribers on Instagram. I will make the Dave is right T-shirt.
I thought you were just gonna make that just to just
people like goals. People like to meet goals.
Yeah. All right.
Extra Zero.
As for me, you can find me here with these fine gentlemen just about every Thursday night. You can also find me on Instagram as Extra Zero. You can find me on Twitter at The Original Zero. I'm pretty active on Twitter, so I post a lot of pictures on there, more so than Instagram, and I do engage a lot of creators more there. So make sure you add me on Twitter. You can find me as James Jordan on the Facebook groups. And of course, you can find me on PlayStation Network and Xbox Live as Extra Zero. There's a space between Extra and Zero on Xbox Live. Unfortunately, I have not played too terribly much lately.
Ooh.
But I do intend on being back, especially with Joker coming out. Anyway, that'll do it for tonight's episode. It's been great being here. It's been great having you all. Shout out and thanks to everybody who participated in the chat. We love our audience. We love when you guys talk to us because it's always great when you guys are in the show. Anyway, that'll do it for tonight. We'll see you all again. Same figure action time, same figure action place, which is YouTube, next Thursday night. Have a good one and take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Live long and prosper and all that.